Adom my mo akwa Adom TV kase brena edru so don hwe kase said unim no sa ene de emma wona ensem ede nam no de edi makotene bi ene se ekwiafo bi e wo mam enkanka wona wodua mo wona wodua bro ene bia eka ho se wote atua enya de afi ekwiafo da na omobedi adan a omo se no ma bi ho a omo hwe ni mu sa aban ebeka ede ama wo mo a aban intimi kan enkanka eno ma epro ewo enwuram abra omado edia ewie no ehonsem yere bebro we fru ana fe ye de ni atwemu onsem from ne special prosecutor na kache nene wo de sema to dwa wo se kano for ataka ne soafo a wo hwesi kasem so opanyini one no wonsem ka esanse SML deal na ebae no opanyini ne ho ebon mu dodo eti ne ho behia se wo se hwemu mapa etimi ekoso ansa na ne kwakwa na asoye a ehwe apomden wonsem so ewo maye emu Sanso and a National Health Insurance Authority and so edin some atuda mode kokobo ema omanfo a wo mojiska are sabia wodo wo mojiska eni kwanso wo moje wo manfo wo moyare wo so wan hwe ya emra no be de sede sede fata nsem bi ka we hom amano ne nsem eni gidi mo nsem ne pie kan wona me obidum bi edukumi enwumre mede esom wo ye na ye ho maye ba ye benya daje na fe ya boe nsem ne mame mo akwaba Yemu akwaba na afe yemu nra ensem na ankasa mu ye hyase de ane de ani etwemu ewo asantemantemu ene ne potamu a China mo a ye ne foforo wa asantemantemu eja kotom ama samre eno madodo na na se
mola omanfo ekodigwa ewo hoyi ewo santase wo mo ebie no afiwe mu a wo mo tonema ahodo ewom nanso no omanfo enim de ntia eja hihye ekoso ewo ho omanfo ewo jidie bi se eja hihye ehyase efi mo no echi neno ene treye edekọ edan ni ninam ababetodwa se nipa bia ento anananom ewo nsiedo nadmo officials ana wo mo de tudwa National Fire Service womo ehyen a wo asantimantemu ho no ekọ bibia eja hihye no esiye nanso no womo entimi enum gya no de wo dan nim nina enwumafo ene onkrofo a womo sa edan nim no womo yi womo nina efi ho ama edumja empenifo ewo ho a womo gusu edumja no
yemfro na afa yemfre ne nchemu okonongo ene ne potamu okopiemu ewo ho ensama efri ho ba ene se adankwa be se du Samra America say adankwa ni nyina ahye adane arehosem pa Adom TV yede munsem ebro
Adankwa dubie no ewo konongo a Great Junction a aposifo ene ya hanma wono mu a wotimu eni eja atomu ama emunyema nyina ahyedwerebe empremprenya de yehu adekode pote nam so ma eja yi ema ne muso nanso edumjejuma ekufo bo homodin akopimo be ho a wono mu enyammoa ede fitimemufo ho ehwe se wono mu ebetumi edumjei do ayebo a yinim so wono ene yi firo no so tifi ho ebi ene yadom kasema no boni Isaac Amwa kotwetwe nkoma o kire se eni womunyema nyina ahye tikwa na simpompo wono mo entumi amfa
anopai me sorry be no siata na me brabla ana bi time se me fifie ho no wana mo se ja to fie ho
de obeti prekopen so bisi frifie ho na de na ejana hyase ana sese
na hyase ntibra me bitusie na me da me ho se ja na idare wo fie ho nyina ni ba bebre na ti ho Yesu nyame adebo bia ho anka. Owura me nema de nyina, nema be wiase a me nchance, me ntuma, bibia me pa ho do me ni ofio nyina ho ne. Idi ba me nsa nyina ahye.
Enrichi ni posi ni bia na twetwe nkoma wo kire se efre no kobi enso edinsem sei ene to ma no boni no enim.
The rooms no bed can at this minute. They are more occupied right now in it. Very safe for now. What is in there? In nature, a bit more for the room. They are down.
Na say odori kaka course no betimi abe aye electrical na say cylinder na
True fire for no 1 or 2 be modum jan. Since most of the rooms near our cylinder, I think that's the main factor my jano yes.
Yemfre ne nchemu ekwiafo bi edin sama ba betodwa se opeso ote atua afi ekwiafo adwumadie kese afacha ya na ye hye na abasobode ye de mo no omochemu afi de no ombeyi omo ede afrimdie ntia enoma bi ho a omohwe ne mu sa aban beka ede amoma aban kan te ho bufu ene nei omode ho ni bre akasa ede afa ensemo yo
sɛ gyina yeyi a akuafo nkabom ku ahodo asi wo mu kyeremu a wo kabom de apre won mu ankasa eti yeye won mu eduamo abura akuafo mechanization service providers input dealers akuafo nkabom ku ahodo wo man mu nyina na akabom wei ene de edikan a akuafo da ye farmers day no ekuo bi asɔre sɛ won mu eko etia enkrata wo de betu dwa no wo kyerɛ sɛ gyina yeyi a wasi efiri ahoyehi a wɔnom afam sɛ akuafo mu enkanka ne wɔn mu a eduamo aburo ene soya na no nti ene wɔde wɔnan asi fam kyerɛ sɛ aban ahyɛ wɔn bo bebree na nso wɔn hunu hwee emfira ban ɛhɔ manfo bɛka ye aso ye hwɛ akuaye ene enuane nsɛm so ɛbɔbo so me de toso aduonu miɛnsa wɔ de nkrata abeto abɔnten a wɔhyɛ ɛbɔ sɛ aburo ene ɛmo a odua wɔ man Ghana mu no wɔbeto ne nyinaa ama National Food Buffer Stock Company no nso de sika ɛbɛkɔ akuafo boto mu.
Yefri wana afi ye de ni hm ni akwa hwese sei emo paddy rice ebo ababonten a kyese ebo no wontimi ka se wotɔ abra ɛwo fom esanse koba ne sa na kyese watomra na Adom TV kase ye de ni de akyi akwa hwede enti na amabo no kɔsoro na ebo no kora san ne gina emo ntwemu ne.
Different sectors of the country. There's the coastal, water and coastal belts. There's the Ashanti and middle belts, and then there's the northern enclave. All these belts have active farmers. So the plan is to make sure whatever intervention government is seeking to roll out targets these smallholder farmers or generally household farmers who are able to have the direct benefit of selling their produce. The construct before was we had prices for all these grains. We didn't have a price for paddy rice. Now the biggest threat is that in the Fumbisi and then the northern belts, farmers have produced a lot of rice and there's glut. These farmers are appealing or have appealed to government to come and mop up. On the basis of that cry, the minister asked the Producer Price Determination Committee of NAFCO to quickly assemble and determine the price for paddy rice. I'm happy to announce that following extensive deliberations by the committee has recommended paddy rice price per kilo at 5 cedis per kilo. What that means is that this would be a floor price to the farmer. That is to say that no aggregator, if it's working for NAFCO or for the government of Ghana, would be allowed to buy paddy rice below 5 cedis per kilo.
Yefra na yede ni nchemu NDC amanyoko no akache na NDC amanyoko no na ene wo mai from Sekedes a omodom amanyoko ni bi ede nsema ba beto monte omonsema mo kan se omota amanyoko na chi akonua se nyina emu se school ni ene ne bag inti amanyoko no bibi omoye bia no omo se edom eta omachi ene
na wotweda pepepe aye maame Nana Kunedu Ajima Rollins enya ne baby ekoye enne ebusua esinkonya ewo ne fie adofonom omo fi benche ene nkru awodo aba abachia ebusua no Kedes a womo NDC amanyoko no womo nso abegua edom womo nso abachia ebusua no Vice President Emma Kedes National Nana osay PSC e de ato Adom News nsentwofo anim se enya ade a womo betena asekura ma nipa bi mo ewo amanyoko nim ebe shi Kedes na emom ewo behia pa se kwa womo ko nenim no womo fa Kedes e de ka wono na no ene bebo amanyoko no
ewo se NDC fo ombe John ye no pese ne hia ase ne wo se so bi eduadua pa na se eso aba yete afeso esaso afeso ne sato na mo yentwedua na ntwene edi o ma ba kan ye ho se ye NDC no o mu se ye free baby ene abeduru na se anto so amadua na eso afi bia no no bi digya to ase ekim ene na dua no wa ne yina na yase ase
ye wa na ehu se osoafo a ono na hwe apomuden enwo nsem so kwabra minta akando ono nso abepiem wa ha ono nso ba bechie busua no wodi tudwa se eye Nana Kunedu Ajima Rollins former first lady awanya ne baby kono ne ba Senator Ajima Rollins oye no yonko pa ewo mrahye na maame nso ye obi a onim ni pa woni ni kunu etanya de a wobetena asekura wote ye no ewo so dimirika eba bechia amane boy mi amede bra no medin e de prince owusu esiedu Adom News.
Miss Medindi Obidumbi Edukumi Kokumlimli Fano for Street aha and Adom TV Cassia de Boyana Homaisia. Yen free or yen ma kwa baby Adom TV Cassia Guswa ye de Mauna na yen court and Accra High Court equasitna. A courier see Kane NSA boss. One buffer stock penyumpano dano and then a year. Yedum copy more court and Tansa and penyum for a dear bom. Emunsem and also the Kusian.
Kanea Benjamin Fumino Abakwiri Ekama Wanoma Miensa and Ni Yamomo 950 million billa. We court to me no and Nina Wakra High Court. Any Chasabui edito, any Pamiense etriso, any Pamiensa Yekam was semi bako, any Kane Penyipano, the National Service Authority, and no or Sayasi Bentry, or no Yicha 800 million Ghana cities in 23 soa, Kane Penyipano, so the National Food and Buffer Stock Company, Hanan Abdul Wahab, Aludiba, Enafe, Nire Pfizer. Seidu Wuni and Sokoto Fufru Icha 100 million Ghana cedis Ereto Hanan Etriso 50 million citizens Ucha Ereto Naireno Etriso. We know some Manibuni and Renimne Dema Abdul Wahab Nene Yuri Joseph Penka Etchun Comodin same we say Etuja.
Looking at the circumstances of the matter, and we are required to comply. She has extended the bail to my client in the sum of 100 million for Hanan and in the sum of 50 million for the wife. It is now incumbent on us to organize ourselves and see how we can meet the bail conditions in the circumstances so they could come from home to face their trial anytime the court is ready. We are grateful that the court extended its magnanimity to us and granted us bail in that sum. It is, as I said, it is incumbent on us to see how we can put together our acts and meet the bail requirement. But we are grateful to the court that it did grant us bail. Well, I would not be able to preliminary comment on whether or not it's manifestly excessive or it is not. Until we are able to meet it or not able to meet it, then we will go back to the Honorable Court and then indicate whatever it is. But for now, bail has been granted. It is the conditions we are required to meet, and we would try to meet same to secure their temporary reprieve pending the trial.
Yefu anafi yedi yeni HMO na Ken Ofori Ata Kane Swafwa. Na ohre skasem so ewo maimu Office of the Special Prosecutor edi abetu dwase opanyine no SML deal dodo na ekoso na opanyine nsa ene na nenamu a chese ohra na enoma bi entwaye ewo mu na eno wawaye ni edi atudwa ama central for ne Ghana de hye ho.
The following persons with various corruption and corruption related offenses before the end of November 2025. 1. Kenneth Nanayao Oforiata, former Minister of Finance. 2. Ernest Akori, Chef de Cabinet to Kenneth Nanayao Oforiata as Minister of Finance. 3. Emmanuel Kofinti, former Commissioner General of Ghana Revenue Authority. 4. Amishadai Owusu-Amoah, former Commissioner General of Ghana Revenue Authority. 5. Isaac Krensel, former Commissioner of the Customs Division of Ghana Revenue Authority and General Manager of Strategic Mobilization Ghana Limited. 6. Kwejo Damwa, former Commissioner of the Customs Division of Ghana Revenue Authority and Member of Parliament for German South Constituency. As part of the process, the OSP will seek to recover the financial loss caused to the Republic from the persons listed above. Also, the OSP will recover a total amount of 125 million cedis from SML by way of a disgorgement of unjust enrichment of overpayment by the return of the benefit of this amount it obtained unfairly at the expense of the Republic. This amount was arrived on 2 considerations. First, the participation of SML in the public revenue assurance regime was based on largely undeserved automatic payments detached from performance. Second, the figure was adjusted on a quantum meru.
Opanyine no wa mananso osesa meromde no ma egugu apono so said be ya opanyine Ken Ofori Ata omo ebebo no free abroche aba ntinkrata asem ni nyina yekrado akasa abroa be ipum akwem na afi opanyine no omo de na ba Ghana no obigina mranim na emrane na de sede se na efata.
The past few weeks we are once again drawing negative flag that we who put him on our list of wanted persons, that the OSP that declared him wanted, that the OSP that declared him a fugitive from justice, that the OSP that went to Interpol in record time of 48 hours and placed him on Interpol's red notice, we were stalling the case and that we were wasting time. But once again, as I said, we knew what we were doing and we knew what we were waiting for. And last week, when the Attorney General addressed the media, he said something very poignant. He said, these financial investigations require time and patience. And we ask, give us that regard of time and patience, we will deliver the results we wanted, like this. And as I said, before the expiration of November 2025, we will charge all these persons that I listed before the criminal courts. We will not stultify our own investigations. We will not delay our own investigations. We would do it right. We will be patient. We will be meticulous. We would have all the expertise in the world examine all, because we only have one shot at these criminal cases. We cannot go back, forth with it. And so, I announce to you, as we did by way of our press statement last week, that we are in full collaboration with the Attorney General's department. We cannot work against each other. We are working for the same cause, which is the cause of the Republic of Ghana. And we cannot be at loggerheads. We cannot be in dispute.
Yenhwe na afi yenfa yeni enchemo formana ene nempotemu na obaje de se formana for almost Speaker of Parliament omone ne yadwene opanyini ne nsambia obeka ye se untimi nka se oni asase ya aka na so di diapoto yo putum se yasoma se koma emrahye bedwafie ya to aba ma na afi ebewiase adwuma e wo se okoye no ebeduro na wonko omose Speaker bufu a wode aba no omote ase.
Omanfo bia womo fomina ewa santimantem edi atudwa se mrashibejum chairman Aban Sumana Babin anamontu a wetu no eyade ebeboa pa mampuntu abasa mpatemu esanse womo to aba no edi ma womo mrashibejwafo se womo ebekoboa ama womo mpatem akonanim ewa mrashibejum enuntina ho behia pa se mrashibejum chairman edi womo din beto abonten se ne womo nso ebehu na edafofro no womo timi ato aba no edi amom biem.
Miso biwa ni botom so benye sike di nti o de call parliament na adwen no so but adie pa ye de mo cause emrase beji se ko ye no ene se kwatra se na hyemra ne tie emra maye what you say do so mama because your more time say fabra city is it the do so ne se emra dudu a emrase beji penyin ni di ama wo mo no say 21 days one mass sentence a ye be deserve akonya na e do so dodo onte so kura mra 10
tanko fo na omaje adwuma na to omo so omo be parliament adwuma nanso omo koduru omo ko parliament no omo modin aso do omo din ebeba bonten ema constituencies ne yehu se omo die hamo na ebebedu no omo sa be pra ba na ye gina omo na montuo ne omo suba bone omo ne ato abetia o enti speaker wa ya de pa nya minister no de kan
na emrahye bedwafo a omonko mrahye bedwafie no asemwo yi emodu na enei nipa bi nso akasa edi afa ho amadom kuma no omde so bo obodom kese no so omumum na emma omemu mrahye bedwafie omodom kuma na de omoba na so bukwa akodu no yesi ode hye anko akwadwane na so bekono na chese dom kese no enya de omemu mrahye bedwafie.
Dom kitwa na wo mrashibejum akasa fa ye dom kese no tina wo entena ye mrashibejum abra wo ekofi esan bai mrashibejum chiame ade betu dwa se article 97 clause 1 clause c echese wo tumi pa se wo ma wo yesa no wotumi ma wo makonya wo tiso na edampan onipa ono enejinemu ekasama dom kitwa no oye mrashibejeni wo damango samojinapo ede nsemse ne tu dwa fa.
That out of these 189 of them, even if 99 of them were to stay at home, they will still have the 90 members of parliament required to form a quorum to do business. And indeed, as I pointed out on the floor of parliament, they have the numbers by themselves to form a quorum to do business.
They have the numbers by themselves to form a quorum to take decisions. They have the numbers by themselves to form a quorum to even take fundamental decisions, which requires 2/3 of all members of parliament. And as one of them once said, they can run this 9th parliament without the minority. And therefore, the question that many Ghanaians are asking, why are they not attending to the House?
Osan editumbo ebo aswafo a womo NDC aban mu se womo emma eye mrahwebedwum emmeboa emma aban enyuma nhyehyeye enkonanim.
Important items which are required to be considered and taken by the House to get government business to move forward. And yet, we have had to wait to grapple with the issue of quorum. I want to conclude by making one other point. One will say that some of them are ministers. There's foreign minister, there's that, and they travel and all of that. But the point is, you have this big majority. And so even if the system ministers President Mahama has are all members of parliament, and all of them even are unable to attend to parliament, you have enough numbers, sufficient numbers to form quorum, to have quorum to conduct business, to have quorum to take decisions, and to ensure that the work of the legislature moves on smoothly.
Adom TV kase ni oguso ayede ma ne besa kwaje aboafo enkrato bi on ye ba ya toso. Yenko apomde mu nsem na yebo ede erema so ye ahwe apomde mu nsem so de kokobo ma ayaresabe ahodo a omso omoji folder fee into obi ayara waba no yesi folder also tua hoka ne ho sensem bebrebe empanfo twem asa no ma ne nyina enya de o manager.
Health insurance na nsem bebree wo ho. National health insurance baako na yakato aban twasika ne bi no akodi. Mienu na yenten ntua nti obetine se ntua ya ka wo de wayi bekwane se ntua. Miensa yes tariffs ne kra no enye realistic tariffs. Na ebiem so eye co-payment. Co-payment de ka illegal payment a ko hospital wo card ne kwa se twiska. Nti yakokwa daroma yetimi asolve problems no and 9 year betu year no nyame daroma less than 1 year in 10 months ya solve miensa. Akaba akwa co-payment no eno so send executive CEO ne kai no edi nyema gu akwan mu a eno so ye tackle eno no de metimi account no say hospital bia health center bia and chip compound bia amoye sa no mesre won omunyai because we are coming after them.
Ni nyina ka hu bia ye hwe there were audit clinical audit team a omko health facilities a omko hwe za nya mani nyina na minka asemba ko sometimes maybe you be focus on omoye ni ama enye so health facilities be over mo hwa yare for omoye juma pa nia since I'm taking over na two kwanyako 11 regions are coming 5 regions na maybe the whole of that facilities need to be here now a few of them were almost yes clinical audit teams also yes my you say who you be this send America and branding be
Yanko adwadie mu nsem na nido obatampa promo no akoso amekowiase nipa bebro aduasa omanya abaso bode a emudu Adom TV kase ye kopie mu ekorese de adwumadie na esikoye
Nido wonomo obatampa mu promo a tosumi no hyehyɛ so ene yodwumadi ne nyina bawie a ɛhɔ yehu sɛ customers aduasa mekyerɛ 30 aba wonomo abaso sɛ ni wonomo de wɔn ho ɛhyɛ adwumadi yi emu na adwumadi a wɔde hyehyɛ so no wɔbɔ enkrofukru yi abaso na category manager de ma beverages and dairy ɛwɔ Nestle Ghana Myron O2 it is just
5,000 at end of October the EDEPA and this is not just the monetary value but the impact it has on the families that entrust us with their beverages and their meals, but also so yenjani nsiwo yesa eche fridges make fridges anya fridge ekwenim what you say fridge ye be 5 and yensiwa yesa we also gave experiences to 5 families and this was to expose them and take them to the exquisite on all expense paid trip to Safari Valley.
Eho and communication and public affairs manager Nestle Ghana Deborah Kobla and so a church in Simusi ediche.
Enti promo na din ye obatampa mo na papa bia or ye obatampa adeɛ no nso so no yɛbɛtumi afrɛ ne sɛ agyamo so we are distributor we are consumer we are farmer we bring whatever it is that you do to support the Nestle business no yɛyɛ planning na yɛde yɛ stakeholders nyinaa ka ho sɛ ne ɛbɛyɛ a yɛbɛtumi ada ase because ɛnyɛ ɔmo a nka Nestle Nido any Nestle product aka nyinaa nka ni hɔ
Onipani wone kwa kupimo Safari Valley wuntia te kwa na simpo we sande 5,000 Ghana cedis AP ne so ene dom kase eche se ne niaje ede afa we wo chirima
feel ni dey good because na menjin dipo se eye no kre or started so all ye no dey bia me ka say I dey with dem say enya no kre but ka say eye no kre because you hu advert na dey na me dey me twi mani but ende ye hu say yampa yenya price any kutai the mechanic say need do patampa promo ya damase say moya no kwafo na me promo no emuda crochin ya damase bio e show bi ankran say ayam papa real fa ho him na nyame adoma obesi wetinu nya price ne bi
Adom TV kase yensa na ye honkwaje aboafo nkrato bi won ye bae de aka beto aso
I'm wakwa Adom kase Adom TV no nugu so ahwe na brewie do semeda wo kensem ansam bro medin atinyame ba Bernard Padibo twensha se fi kumase asante kotoko onim se ombegina Ghana nemu ewe bibremu bro mo ne work boy am lusu by 6 goal to 1 aggregate omo wi no yenti coach Karim Zitonka coach akasa ene no mu sema to just san se lusu omo lusu no this nyama bibre ne fa so consistency ehu hia pa se wo so mo ebo homode na boboko no efa no to mapa efra.
We lack a lot of things, but the most important is the consistency. We don't have. These things about 4 or 5 months, 5 to 6 months ago, we built. And then go back and look at the history of them. You can easily see that they are there for more than 3-4 seasons. And then it's about teamwork. It's not about individual players. So I didn't want to talk about it because it has a lot of factors. I'm not trying to find an excuse. It has happened. Just happened. So all what we needed now to be consistent in our team building, and then because consistency goes with quality as it goes. So when it started, the glass of injury, transfer set in, definitely you will not get a consistency. So I think the bigger this situation is the consistency.
Yes, I know any de copy mo e wo hono. Na no say color party eye Ola Bawo. Eye memory da ya na color party na chef so. Misro color ne ba ko pe. Color ni nyina be academ. Color ne ba ko pe white. Fita de Ghana de be obefe bia obenya fita. Ntino any say otena fie. Bra oni enhwimbom color party 1st of November. Remember that ya ano patututu ni ahye so nim say ya lania programs be brede ma mini and so eba intino bibia ha beda na akomnia ya hwe de ekoso yenko enim ni ahwe de ekoso a ya beda ni afa kire abem ni ahwe the minister in charge of communication edema aban no honorable Kwachi Ofusu ede atoju ase onim say Ghana ya money mono ekwa bibremu ya nyade osisi the policy and eba yige mu ni mu a Ghana ekwa nyama bebre a ya bebo homode enti ensem no so de tuja.
But I think that efforts are still underway to ensure that the bill is finalized and then it comes to Parliament for consideration. Once it does, it will be subjected to the various processes so that when it becomes law, it is robust enough to meet the objectives for which it was drafted in the first place. Yeah.
And what is your hope about this bill? What do you hope that this addresses eventually?
Well, I think that we've had concerns about the state of Ghana sports, football, athletics, boxing, and what have you. The state of infrastructure, the incentive packages for athletes and other sports people. So my belief is that this bill will generate significant resources that enables us to invest in sports in a manner that yields the outcomes that we want, because we cannot.
Number there we can see no answer Mr. Sadaka see come Joe clothing and frozen foods or no and wash matare kama and numeri some fa we can see answer me bro me din atinya me ba Bernard Padibo twebra kweku etwaso
Yamo akwa ba bion Emra Adom TV kase so na ye de ni chemo Design Technology Institute eho na empanyufo edi dwumadi bi ahyehyɛ so a wode betete Ghana emebu no se de sie world en yenso so na de yenso so car ene saa no na dwumadi na ase na Adom TV kase ho sei ne monsamte
Institute, 20 DTI, and Yakobi State of the Art Weather Training and Testing Center. We were there say between Abua Ama and Sanujuma, Etumiakon campaign title Ewo, a Mebuna Wome Emo. Ebra one could be Adi Anubi, any Deputy Director, the Atomic Energy Commission, Dr. Archibald Buakufi, Echun Komo, what in some sea and a tuja.
Ghana for say Yebe Yen Shishaya, Yebet me de training. And call for bet me I go through sa process no out now wait to my age more war sa projects na de na eba no back on your nuclear power.
Awani Director, the Capacity Development and Localization of Petroleum Commission, Sarah Quays in Down Kwanso de Chunkomo, HS one more Edwin Tuma DTI for Edimu, Nafi, Otumi Apinyuma, Ediama, Emebono.
The Petroleum Commission already is working with a lot of technical training institutions to accredit the centers, get them to certify their instructors. It's the same way. DTI in the past, we have supported them to be, and they are getting to the AWS sense was through the efforts that we extended to them in the first place. So we are already working with them.
I want to found at the Design and Technology Institute, Constance Elizabeth Swanika, and Sonia Maniboni Kitchen Commoding some would say at Tuja.
I think this is just to prove how consistent we've been in the last 6 years, and we keep reaching for the stars. So for us, the fact that we've been able to apply for international accreditation and to be given that means that we're not just looking at just our environment, but looking at the opportunity that exists globally. So this is just a signal of how far we've come and how, broad the global market is and the demand that exists for globally certified welders.
And if the Monsam Yamfa Emro Ababa Watunium Isanium Ebinium Wendy Shay and Samatuja was so no when I'm anchor when I'm contoque and yadia when will be a trimpana Nina and say on Shadan Penny.
Beautiful woman.
Thank you.
Is there a man in your life?
Why do you want to know?
Maybe Mercury might be interested. I'm married, unfortunately.
Mercury, do you want to know?
I would love to know. I would love to know.
You would love to know?
Yes.
No, I'm single.
Okay. Why?
Well, because I feel like when I came into the industry, things happen so fast that it's sometimes hard for me to trust. I have a little trust.
We saw Adom TV Cassia bro and a fan in Amrani Radium just so you'll be doing be a documentary. Your best so Asia. Na afe dear Cosubiano, ye the Honsem abro. Yadamasi amamu and the share. Bye bye.